Chewed leaves and stripped stems are evidence of an active territorial invasion. Aphids, mealybugs, and caterpillars execute these strikes with the coordination of a specialized armored division, methodically harvesting resources from your land. These swarms do not wander randomly. They navigate your garden using an invisible, highly precise communication network. They track chemical frequencies emitted by your crops, known as semiochemicals, locking onto these olfactory beacons to identify vulnerable targets. For over half a century, we have responded to this invasion with brute force. We load pressurized tanks and douse our soil in commercial synthetic poisons, a scorched earth tactic designed to wipe out the enemy through chemical saturation. Agricultural records document the long-term failure of this strategy. Decades of continuous synthetic pesticide use haven't stopped the invasions, they have accelerated them. The survivors breed rapidly, passing on chemical resistance to the next generation, while the toxins themselves leach downward, contaminating groundwater supplies. These broad-spectrum sprays effectively bomb the gardener's own infrastructure. The poisons wipe out the soil's natural microbiome and annihilate the beneficial predators, like ladybugs and parasitic wasps, that would normally keep pest populations in check. Long before the mass production of synthetic sprays, a different approach kept harvests secure. Traditional growers, such as Amish farmers, leveraged an older doctrine of biological defense. They managed the ecosystem itself, relying on natural plant relationships and physical barriers to ensure the enduring success of their crops. Relying on commercial poisons is a self-destructive war of attrition. To reclaim sovereign territory, you must abandon chemical saturation and master the invisible biological signals of the battlefield. Securing the garden requires a multi-layered dual-frequency defense grid. This begins with structural blockades on the ground and biological interference in the air. The first line of defense is a microscopic physical barrier. Crushed eggshells scattered around vulnerable stems act as razor wire for soft-bodied invaders like slugs. The jagged calcium crystals slice into their tissue, inducing rapid osmotic dehydration that pulls vital fluids out of their bodies on contact. Ground defenses only address half the threat. To stop airborne invaders, you must also secure the invisible chemical airspace above your crops. This requires a botanical payload of pure garlic. When garlic is crushed or powdered, it releases a volatile, sulfur-based compound called allicin. Allicin executes a dual-action strike. It physically breaches the insect's cuticle to cause cellular dehydration, while simultaneously scrambling the insect's semiochemical receptors. This interference effectively removes the host plant from the enemy's map. The perimeter is secured by pairing a physical hellscape on the ground with an olfactory blindfold in the air. The invaders can no longer find their targets. Fortifying the inner sanctum involves deploying close-quarters chemical executioners, specifically dense plantings of lavender, rosemary, and sage. These herbs weaponize highly specific neurotoxic terpenes, primarily camphor and thujone. When pests penetrate this airspace, concentrated terpenes trigger rapid respiratory and neurological paralysis. They function as lethal agents, neutralizing target insects on contact. These plants function as autonomous transmission facilities. They continuously aerosolize toxins into the garden bed, maintaining a lethal presence throughout the growing season. This biological strike is highly precise. Because mammals and pollinators lack the specific biological pathways these terpenes disrupt, the garden remains safe for children, pets, and beneficial allies like bees. Planting these specific herbs transforms the garden into an active, weaponized installation. It broadcasts lethal neurological noise to anything trying to invade. Once the botanical pulse is deployed, the battlefield falls quiet. The invading divisions either retreat in total sensory confusion or are neurologically annihilated. The result is a self-regulating demilitarized zone. The ecosystem maintains its own borders autonomously, using chemistry built from the soil up. This architecture eliminates the need for frantic night patrols, manual hunting, or toxic chemical interventions. The gardener is liberated from the cycle of attrition. Because the environment is chemical-free, nature's apex assassins soon arrive. Ladybugs, lacewings, and parasitic wasps flock to the garden, establishing a permanent garrison to hunt down any remaining stragglers. Broad-spectrum toxins rely on total sterilization to control an environment. Botanical warfare achieves that same control through invisible biological precision, neutralizing the invaders without dismantling the ecosystem itself. Reclaiming this territory requires weaponizing nature's own biochemical frequencies. By mastering these signals, you enforce an absolute self-sustaining silence across the garden.